Hello, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon from a very grey south of England, but at least it's not cold. Temperatures are very mild at the moment. So let's see if it stays or if the cold will come back. Either way, let's do our Feldenkrais for courage today. So today we're gonna lie on the back and we're gonna work in the shoulders, the upper body, the ribs, the chest, improving the movement or the mobility and movement in the upper chest. Now, these might be challenging at times if you have something going on in your shoulders, okay? And if you do, please take care of yourself and do what you can within your limits and within your comforts. Okay, so don't push yourself. We are going to put the hands in the back like so. We're going to put the hands below, under the body, okay? Under the lower back, like so, with the palms facing down, okay? So this might be a little bit challenging for some of you, and if it is, you just adjust your hands in whatever way you need to be comfortable, all right? So as usual, please try not to strain yourself by looking at the camera. Try to listen only and do what you understand by what I'm saying, okay? So make sure the sound is good. Let me make sure my sound is good. And let's start. So let's take some time on the back just to arrive. How nice to lie on the floor, isn't it? Ooh, if you can, lengthen your legs. If you can't, for whatever reason, then bring your knees up and keep the knees up. Otherwise, just lengthen your legs and take a moment to arrive in your space and arrive in yourself, in your body. Your arms are on the floor alongside your body. Palms are facing up or down or the sides, wherever it is good for you. Allow your arms to be just the way they want to be, wherever that is. And just notice how does it feel to lie on your back today. And have a sense for the contact of your back against the floor, the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, shoulder blades, the back of your head. And pay particularly attention to your shoulder blades and the whole of your back in contact with the floor. Just notice if there is a difference between one shoulder blade and the other. Maybe one feels more in contact with the floor than the other. Notice those differences. Notice how your back is touching the floor, the right side of the back and the left side of your back. And then very slowly and gently just lift one shoulder. Feel the weight of the shoulder, just an inch or so off the floor. Lift one shoulder and just feel the weight of the shoulder and feel how it moves today. Just a tiny little movement. Just to feel that movement in your shoulder. And then compare to the other side. Compare the movement in the shoulder, the left and the right. Right, and then bring your palms facing down and lift one arm towards the ceiling and all the way back behind your head, and just notice how far it goes back and come back with the arm on the floor. Do this a few times and just feel the weight of your arm, feel that rotation in your shoulder. Notice how far your arm can go behind your head. Keep the elbow straight and just feel your shoulder joint and the weight of your arm. And then compare to the other side, to the other arm, to the other shoulder joint. Feel the weight of the arm, the movement in your shoulder joint. Which shoulder is happier, which shoulder is stickier, heavier, arm. Just notice the difference. Notice what you can notice, wherever that is, between one shoulder and the other, between the weight of one arm and the other. The slower you go, the more you can feel. If you go too quickly, then you can't feel anything and you can't make any comparisons. So you really need to go slow to feel. All right, and then bring your feet flat on the floor, your knees up. Keep your feet and your knees hip distance apart. And you're going to bring your hands, palms facing down, under your lower back. So lift a little bit your lower back and just slide your hands behind your back. And bring one palm on top of the other, okay? And as we go through the movement, we will change that situation of the palms, okay? So one palm on top of the other, as much as you can. If that is too uncomfortable for your lower back, just bring the fingers on top of each other, whatever you can do, okay? So your hands are under your lower back, wherever it is comfortable, okay? And then lengthen your legs again, legs long if you can. And then you're going to lift the right shoulder, keep the elbow in contact with the floor if you can. So lift the right shoulder. It can't be a big lift, okay? It's only a tiny little lift, just less than an inch, because your arms are under your body, so you can't lift too much. So lift feel your right shoulder, just lift a little bit away from the floor and bring it back. Breathe in and out. And then lift the elbow. Again, it's only a tiny little bit. Lift the right elbow as far as it goes. It's just an inch or even less than an inch. to lift the elbow, your shoulder needs to lift as well. And bring it down. You just do that a couple of times. And then alternate, lift the shoulder, the right shoulder, bring it down, and then lift the elbow, bring it down, lift the shoulder, bring it down, lift the elbow, bring it down, and just alternate. When you lift the shoulder, try to keep your elbow glued on the ground. All right, and let go. Let's try the other side. Lift the left shoulder, bring it down. Do that a few times. Left shoulder now. Keep the left elbow down as much as you can. And then lift the left elbow. Do that many times. Lift, bring it down, lift, bring it down. And then alternate elbow and shoulder. Lift the shoulder, then lift the elbow, lift the shoulder, and then lift the elbow. Okay, and let go. Rest your arms, you can stretch, bring the hands away from the under the body and rest your arms long. Take a moment to feel your shoulders. Okay, bring the hands below your body again, just like you had before, but now just change the hand. So if you had the right hand on top, now have the left hand on top. Just keep changing as we rest and as we change things. All right, now lift the right elbow and the left shoulder. So bring the right elbow and the left shoulder towards each other and bring it down. They are not going to go knee close, but you know what I mean, just the direction of the elbow and the shoulder. So right elbow up, left shoulder up. Only a tiny movement. It can't be a big movement anyway. Try to relax the neck, so try not to do anything with the neck or the facial muscles. Your jaw is relaxed, the teeth are not touching. So you bring in the right elbow and the left shoulder towards each other. Make sure that your left elbow is nice and relaxed on the floor, so the left shoulder doesn't lift. If your left shoulder is lifting, that means you're moving too much your left shoulder. Okay, so only lift a tiny little bit the left shoulder so that the left elbow can stay down. And see how graceful you can make that movement, and how relaxed state you can make that movement, meaning Make the movement simple, so you're not tensioning anything anywhere. Okay, let go. If at any time you need to take your arm away from the back to rest, please do that. Okay, so especially if you have something going on in your shoulder. I have repetitive strain injury in my right shoulder, so I can feel my right shoulder much more than the left. So my left shoulder is happy with the hand behind my back, but my right shoulder is not so happy having the hand behind my back. So I need to bring my hand out and let the right shoulder relax and rest, okay? If you need to do that as well, okay? So I don't have the need to do that with my left shoulder, but I have the need to do that with my right shoulder. All right. So now let's do the opposite, the other side. So let's lift the left elbow and the right shoulder. So left elbow and right shoulder coming towards each other. Breathe in and out. Relax everywhere. Make the movement simple. Try not to involve anything else like the neck or the facial muscles. Those are not needed for here to do what we're doing, which is lifting the left elbow and the right shoulder. Make sure your right elbow is nice and grounded. All right, and let go and rest your arms. Oh, feel yourself against the floor, feel your shoulder blades. All right, bring your hands under your body again, change the hands, wherever was on top, bring it underneath now. Again, you don't need to have the whole of the hand on top of each other. If you can only have the fingers, then that's good enough. You do what you can, okay? And now bring your right foot on the floor. Keep the left leg long, but bring the right foot on the floor, okay? And you're going to start pressing that right foot on the floor. And you're going to roll a tiny little bit to the left with your right elbow. So the right side of the body rolls a tiny little bit to the left. Keep your knee pointing up. The knee does not swing. The knee does not move. The knee moves away from the pelvis a tiny little bit, but the knee does not go left or right. And you roll to the left and gradually roll a little bit more and then a little bit more, and see how much you can roll to your left without moving the knee, without swinging the knee. It won't be a big movement, it won't be a big roll, mind that. Allow the head to go as well. Allow the whole of the right side lift and roll. As you press the right foot on the floor, the pelvis lifts a tiny little bit, The right shoulder blade lifts, the head rolls, and you go to the right as much as you can without allowing your knee to swing. Make sure you keep breathing in and out. All right, and let it go and relax for a moment. Bring the hands away from under the body. Feel yourself against the floor. Okay, let's try the other side. So bring the left foot on the floor. Bring your hands under the body. Bring the other hand on top, or the fingers. Now we're going to do the same thing. Press the left foot on the floor and you're going to roll to the right this time. Remember that your knee does not swing. The knee moves a tiny little bit away from the pelvis, but don't allow it to go left or right. Lift the pelvis as high as it goes and roll to the right as far as you can go. Your jaw is relaxed. Everything is relaxed. Breathe in and out. You go back and forth. All right, and let go and rest. Okay, bring your right foot up again. Bring your hands under the body like before. Change the hands. Okay, now as you're going to roll, same way as before. So press the right foot, roll to the left, lift the elbow, the right elbow, the right shoulder blade, and roll. Okay, but we're going to do something different. We're going to add something. So as you roll, you're going to lift the left shoulder towards the right knee. Yes, the left shoulder. Actually, you leave the right shoulder on the floor as much as you can. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So as you roll to the left, you're going to leave the right shoulder down, and you're going to lift the left shoulder towards the right knee. And you come back and do that many times. So you roll to the left and lift the left shoulder. And you can lift the left elbow as well. So lift the left elbow and shoulder towards the right knee as you roll to the left. But remember that knee doesn't swing. It's only a tiny little movement. It can't be big. So you roll into the left and you're lifting the left elbow and the left shoulder. And you keep the right elbow and the right shoulder nicely on the floor. And you just allow the head to do whatever it wants to do. You are contradicting the movement, which means you can't move a great deal. A few more times. All right, and let go. Relax the arms. Let's do the other side. Bring the left foot on the floor. Bring your hands under your body again. Change the other hand on top. And you're going to keep the left shoulder and left elbow on the floor. You're going to press the left foot and roll, lift the pelvis and roll to the right. And at the same time, you're going to lift the right elbow and the right shoulder towards the left knee or the left side. Remember that the left elbow and left shoulder are on the floor. They don't move. You move in the left pelvis, you lift in the left pelvis, and you lift in the right elbow and the right shoulder. Breathe in and out. Allow the head to do whatever you want to do. Make sure that your jaw is relaxed and the teeth are not touching. All right, and let go, lengthen the leg, rest your arms. Feel your shoulder blades against the floor. Right, bring both feet on the floor. Bring your hands underneath. Keep your knees and feet hip distance apart. And now lift the elbow, the right elbow and the right shoulder. And notice how it is now comparing to before. And then lift the other side, the left and the left shoulder and elbow, and just notice if things feel a little bit better there now. Okay, let it go, and then you lift the arm, one arm, And lift the other arm and just notice how it feels now comparing to before. The weight, the movement in your shoulder. Okay, and we're going to end this session here. Take a moment to rest, to feel yourself against the floor. Notice your shoulder blades. Notice what feels different. Breathe in and out, and you can stay lying here for as long as you want. Thank you so much for joining me today, and send you lots of love and lots of courage, and I'll see you live again on Wednesday. Bye bye now.